within Elite Parks and Elite Marinas, we have added the option for recurring charges. These recurring charges give you an additional way to manage bills that you regularly need to raise against your owners. From the ribbon within the completed deal card, or the deal card, you now have an option for recurring charges. In this example, you can see we have a recurring deal invoice here, which specifies a start and end date. It holds a current invoice amount. The invoice frequency is listed. There is also the option to have a custom invoice amount, and it will also specify the amount to be invoiced, as well as the last date it was invoiced and the next date that it requires invoicing. If we take our Wi-Fi example here, you could see our Wi-Fi charge is due to start on the 1st of the 12th, 2024. If we head to the setup of our master deal recurring charge card, you can see this is where we can specify that invoice frequency that pulls through to the deal. We can also specify the periodic invoicing code, therefore directing the posting. And here is where we can also enable whether or not we wish to allow the custom invoice amount. Similar to our deal additional charges, you'll see a table below for lines. This here you can specify the name that will appear on the invoice, alongside the start and end date of that period and the amount that will be charged. Within this view, you can store additional lines to cover different periods, importantly being able to hold different invoice amounts. To invoice your deal recurring charges, there is a new invoicing screen. Within the options, you can choose the invoice to date. This means you can choose to invoice your recurring charge for the entire year, or just for the next period. You can specify whether or not you wish to combine your charges onto a single invoice, or alternatively have an invoice per recurring charge invoiced, as well as month/period invoiced. You can specify the amount excluding VAT. This will depend on how you store your monetary values against your recurring charges. You can also insert a number of overrides for document date, posting date, payment terms, payment method, due date, reason code, and a posting description override. Bear in mind, if you combine charges to a single invoice, you will need to provide some of these fields. There is also the option to defer using the deferral template with a deferral start date. Similarly to your site fee invoicing, you can then filter on your deals using any of the fields against your completed deal card. If we run this process for our deal, when we select OK, we'll have the option to pre-bill or invoice. If we view the pre-bill, we can see here what will be invoiced as part of the recurring charges for that particular deal. In this case, due to the date and the range I entered, we have the single charge for the 1st of the 12th through to the 31st of the 12th for our Wi-Fi. Alternatively, if I change my date to the end of 2025 and run the same process and do my pre-bill, on my pre-bill report, we can see single invoices for each of the periods for that particular recurring charge up to the 31st of the 12th, 2025. Alternatively, I can run the same invoicing period, however, combining this into a single invoice that will clearly split down the charges for each of the months.